Hey Emma, do you ever find yourself searching for the right words in school, especially during class?
Oh, all the time, Alex. It's so tricky sometimes to express exactly what I mean.
Right? Like when the teacher explains something too fast. What do you usually say then?
Well, I often start with, "Excuse me, could you please repeat that?" Or, "Could you say that again, please?"
That's good. I sometimes use, sorry, I didn't quite catch that. It feels less formal, you know.
Yeah, that's a useful one. And what about when you don't understand a specific word?
For that, I usually ask, what does X mean, or could you explain X? Simple and effective.
Exactly. Sometimes I add, in simpler terms if it's a complicated concept. That helps a lot.
Good point. What if you need the teacher to slow down when speaking generally?
I'd say, "Would you mind speaking a bit more slowly?" Or, "Could you slow down a little, please?"
That's perfect. Now, let's talk about participating in class discussions. How do you share your opinion?
I usually start with, "In my opinion." Or "I think that." To introduce my ideas. It's clear.
Yeah, those are classic. I also use, I'd like to add that. If someone else is already talking.
Oh, that's smart. Or, "Can I just jump in here, if it's a quick point?" It's polite.
Absolutely. And what about agreeing or disagreeing with classmates? How do you phrase that?
For agreeing, "I totally agree with you," or "That's a good point." Simple and direct, right?
Yes, I use those too. And for disagreeing, I see your point, but. Or, I'm not sure I agree.
Those are great ways to be respectful. It's important not to sound too abrupt, I guess.
Definitely. What about asking follow-up questions after a classmate's presentation?
I'd say, "Could you elaborate on that point?" Or, "Could you give an example of what you mean?"
Excellent. Those are really helpful. Let's shift to group work now. How do you start a task?
We often start with, "So, what should we do first?" Or, "Let's brainstorm some ideas." That gets us going.
Good idea. I sometimes suggest, how about we divide the work like this, to propose a plan?
That's practical. Or, "Who wants to take responsibility for X?" To assign roles. It makes things fair.
Exactly. And during the work, if you need to check if everyone understands, what do you say?
I usually ask, "Does that make sense to everyone?" Or, "Are we all on the same page?"
Oh, on the same page is a really good idiom for B1. I love that one. How about giving feedback?
I'd say, "That's a good start, but maybe we could improve X." Try to be constructive.
That's the key, being constructive. What about when someone isn't pulling their weight?
That's a tough one. Maybe, "Could you help out with this part?" Or, "Do you need any assistance?"
Those are gentle approaches. Now, let's talk about giving presentations. How do you start one?
I usually begin with, "Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to talk about." It's quite standard.
Simple and clear. And how do you transition between different points in your presentation?
I use phrases like, "Moving on to," or "Next, I'd like to discuss." They guide the audience.
Those are very effective. What about when you're wrapping up your presentation?
To conclude, I'd say, "In summary." Or to sum up. And then give the main points again.
Perfect. And for the question and answer session at the end?
I'd say, "Are there any questions?" Or, "I'm happy to answer any questions you may have." That invites interaction.
That's very professional. These phrases are definitely useful for school projects.
They really are. Knowing them makes me feel much more confident, you know.
Totally. Let's think about useful phrases for general school interactions, like with friends.
Okay. Like, hey, did you finish the homework for X class? That's a common one.
Absolutely. Or, what's the plan for lunch today, if you want to eat together?
Yes, and do you want to study together for the test? Is great for collaboration.
Good one. What about if you want to suggest hanging out after school?
I'd ask, are you doing anything after school, or do you want to grab a coffee?
Nice and casual. And if you need to borrow something from a friend in class?
I'd say, can I borrow your pen for a moment, or do you have an extra piece of paper?
Simple and polite, that works. What if you want to compliment someone's work?
I'd say, great job on that project, or your presentation was really interesting. It's nice to share.
Those are lovely. Building good relationships is important, too. What if you need to apologize?
I'd say, I'm really sorry about that, or my apologies, I didn't mean to. Sincere apologies are key.
Yes, a good apology goes a long way. What about if you accidentally bump into someone?
Oh, oops, sorry, or excuse me, usually works. Quick and to the point in the hallway.
Right. Now, sometimes you miss class. How do you ask for notes or updates?
I'd ask a friend, could you share your notes from yesterday's class, or what did I miss?
Very practical. And if you need to explain your absence to a teacher?
I'd say, I was absent yesterday because I was feeling unwell. Be clear and brief.
What if you need to ask for an extension on an assignment? That can be tricky.
I'd try, would it be possible to get an extension on the deadline, and explain why briefly.
That's a good, formal way to ask. You need to be polite with teachers.
Definitely. What about when you're not sure if you understood the assignment correctly?
I'd ask, just to clarify, do you mean, or could you rephrase the instructions?
Those are excellent for confirming understanding. It prevents mistakes later on.
True. And if you need more details about a specific topic from the teacher?
I'd say, could you provide more information on X, or where can I find more resources?
That's proactive. It shows you're engaged. What about expressing confusion in general?
Sometimes I just say, I'm a bit confused about this part, or I don't quite understand. Honesty helps.
It certainly does. And what about when you want to offer help to a classmate?
I'd ask, do you need any help with that, or can I give you a hand?
Those are kind phrases. It's nice to build a supportive school environment.
Absolutely. What if you want to confirm a meeting time for a study group?
I'd ask, are we still meeting at 3 p.m., or just confirming our meeting time, is it X?
That's a good way to avoid miscommunication. Time is important, after all.
Indeed. What about if you need to cancel or reschedule something with a friend?
I'd say, I'm so sorry, but I can't make it to X, or, can we reschedule for another day?
Being clear and apologetic is best. What if you want to ask about someone's weekend?
I'd ask, how was your weekend, or did you do anything fun? Casual and friendly.
Those are simple and effective for starting a conversation. What about asking about future plans?
I'd say, what are your plans for the holidays, or are you looking forward to anything?
Good social starters. Let's think about more formal situations, like during an exam.
Oh, like if you need to ask the invigilator something? Excuse me, I have a question about number 5.
Yes, exactly. Or, could you clarify the instructions for section B, please? Very helpful.
Right. Or if you need more paper, may I have another sheet of paper, please? Keep it polite.
Those are essential. What about when you're leaving a classroom and want to say goodbye to the teacher?
I usually say, thank you for the class, or have a good day. Simple and respectful.
That's good manners. What if you want to wish a classmate good luck before a test?
I'd say, good luck with the exam, or you've got this. Very encouraging phrases.
Those are really nice. Showing support is important. What about celebrating success?
I'd say, congratulations on your excellent score, or that's fantastic news. Share the joy.
Yeah, it's great to celebrate with friends. What about offering an opinion on school facilities?
Like, I think the library hours should be extended, or the cafeteria food could be better.
Those are common ones. What if you want to suggest an activity for a school club?
I'd say, how about we organize a movie night, or I suggest we invite a guest speaker.
Good ideas. And what if you want to express interest in joining a club?
I'd ask, how can I sign up for the drama club, or I'm interested in joining this group.
Very direct. What about if you want to ask someone about their hobbies at school?
I'd ask, what do you like to do in your free time, or do you have any hobbies?
Those are great for getting to know people. What if you want to suggest a group outing?
I'd say, let's all go to the park this weekend, or how about a trip to the museum?
Excellent. We've covered a lot of ground today, from classroom to social life.
We really have. It's surprising how many useful phrases there are for school.
It just shows how much English you use every day without even thinking about it.
True. I feel like these phrases make communication much smoother and more confident.
Absolutely. Being able to ask for help or express an opinion clearly is so important.
And not just for grades, but also for building good relationships with classmates and teachers.
Exactly. Knowing these simple English phrases makes school life much easier to navigate.
I totally agree. It reduces stress when you know you can express yourself well.
So, to sum up, practice really does make perfect with these everyday phrases.
Yes. And don't be afraid to try them out. Mistakes are how we learn, right?
That's a very encouraging point. We shouldn't worry too much about perfection.
Just focus on communicating effectively. That's the main goal in school.
Right. And remembering even a few of these phrases can make a big difference.
Definitely. I'm going to try to use some of the ones we discussed today.
Me too. Especially the ones for group work and class discussions.
Those are super useful for participation. And for sounding confident.
And the social ones too, for making new friends. How was your weekend?
Haha, exactly. It's all about being able to connect and understand each other.
So, if you're watching, we hope these tips help you out in your school life.
Thanks for joining us, and good luck with your English studies. See you next time.